Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimora, and I hope you're having an amazing morning, evening, afternoon, or night, wherever you fall in that spectrum. And if not, I hope your day continues to get better from here. I recently posted a video. If you have been on my channel, if you are a subscriber, you will see that I posted this video, which has the same title. TikTok is not the reason you're insecure. And conceptually, I was like, okay, you know what? Combining a little Get Ready With Me plus a video essay, yeah, like that's gonna be the shit right there. But there were just technical difficulties and format issues that I was not accounting for. So I don't wanna leave y'all high and dry like that. Like I didn't wanna produce that piece of media knowing I could produce something better. So I'm recording this today after we got TikTok back, the irony of this. But I just want to talk about how social media and TikTok, are specifically TikTok, is not the only reason you're insecure. There are plenty of factors that go into it. TikTok just preys on insecurities that were low-key there deep down to begin with, and also expounds on said insecurity and places that attention in different areas. Because if you're already insecure about your eyes and your beauty, if somebody is like, yeah, there are these different tiers of beauty, you're doe-eyed pretty, you're siren-eyed, then of course, if you're already insecure about the way you look, and then you have these different subcategories of like beauty and classifications, you're gonna of course become interested. Because let's be honest, as much as people try to stand out and be one of one and like, I don't know, no, I'm not like the rest of you, I'm indie, like I'm alt, baby, you're not. Like, essentially, we subconsciously like to be categorized, whether or not we say it out loud. Even for the people who are like, no, I'm different, I'm all, I listen to this, you're still categorizing yourself. You're just categorizing yourself away from the masses. So when you have different sectors of beauty, of course you want to be categorized, because it's like, oh, okay, like categorization and like being put in aesthetics gives you like a sense of identity and a sense of self, and also gives you source material to work with. It's like, okay, if I fall into this category of beauty or this category of style, wear, music, whatever, then like I have something to look towards. Like I have inspiration, like I have a certain image to uphold. And that's kind of like a long-winded tangent, like segueing off, but let me give y'all the background of why this video is prompted and just my thoughts on it. So my friend Reagan and I love her down. Do y'all ever have that friend where you can go back and forth from brain rot and like sending random TikTok videos and talking crap about their ex and your ex, to having like in-depth conversations about, insecurities, social media, and things like that? That's me and Reagan. We are very hyper aware human beings. We're hyper aware of ourselves, our thoughts, how we feel, and also how those thoughts translate when it comes to things like social media and things like that. Like, I'm not going to speak for Reagan, but I can speak for myself, where I can acknowledge my insecurities and how social media can exacerbate that, but also how it can kind of increase my confidence with certain things. For example, let's say there's this whole debate on which eye color is the best, and everyone's like green-eyed, blue-eyed, and then growing up, most of the time it was always blue eyes and green eyes are so beautiful. And now people are like, yeah, brown eyes are the shit. And growing up, if I had seen the love for brown eyes, let's get this clear. This is hypothetical. I was never insecure about my eye color. I never wanted to look like those blue-eyed or green-eyed. I'm good. Isn't it like a sign of incest or something? Like I don't want to look like my ancestors were. Like that's respectfully, but if you're growing up surrounded by media that's telling you that this part of your body or features or anything, your personality is ugly, and then suddenly it's like, oh, we love this body part or this feature, of course it's going to give you a confidence boost because it's like, hey, that's something I was insecure about for the longest time. So essentially, back to the meat and potatoes of this video, me and my friend Reagan, we were just talking about how TikTok literally pulls insecurities out of their ass. Like, they pull insecurities and new beauty things to hyperfixate on every single day. Because why am I looking up and I see a new categorization of beauty, a new type of aesthetic of beauty, or a new thing to be quote unquote insecure about? What? Like, back to the doe eye, siren eyed, Bambi deer eyed, like, what? Why are we comparing our eyes and features to animals? Like, y'all said I got that dog in me. I didn't think y'all were taking that serious. I didn't think we were saying we had animals in us for real like that. So I'm kind of confused. You know, I'm confused. You're confused. We're confused. And for some people, they're living for this because they've had very unique features that may not have been understood or like socially accepted by other people. So of course, if they get on TikTok and they're like, oh, wait, my abnormal, like in the sense that they didn't see many people around them with said eye shape, they're like, oh, like, hey, hey, what y'all know about this? What y'all know about this? Because I've been getting made for the fun of this my whole life, and now it's like, oh, I'm getting the appreciation I deserve. Yes, that is the way in which these like beauty trends can be beneficial because it brings awareness to different types of featureisms. I don't know. I feel like a lot of TikTok beauty trends are just blatantly based in featureism. I don't even know if that's the correct terminology for it, but like where people become obsessed with features and the fact that certain features were not commonly accepted because of, y'all know what I'm saying, because of Eurocentric beauty standards, you know. But also, when you think about it, insecurities make people a lot of money. And when you have these social media apps where on one end you have people promoting and sharing things that they're insecure about, and then in the same breath or in another video they're like, take this supplement. If you buy this skincare product, it'll get rid of all your skincare insecurities. If you buy this, or if you do this workout, it'll get you the body of your dreams that you're insecure about. So it's like, it's strategic in a sense. Not saying that the people who post about these insecurities or bring light to things that people were not aware of or insecure about before, not saying that they're like getting paid by the multi-million billion-dollar cosmetic industry and like makeup, skincare, all the industry that benefits off of the insecurities of people, or also people wanting to better themselves, like in the way that they look. You know, not saying that they're working for like the big corporations. No, I'm not saying that at all. But when I say that TikTok is not responsible for your insecurities, you're a consumer, okay? You're a consumer, okay? At the end of the day, you can choose whether or not you interact with this little video that's saying this feature is ugly, and you have said feature. Of course, depending on your level of security in yourself, you might be like, girl, that's stupid. Scroll. Because I think a lot of us need to adapt the mindset of, I don't know these people. Why am I letting the opinions of people that I don't know IRL dictate how I feel about myself? Because when you think about it, we're not meant to see as many people. We're not supposed to know that this many people exist. Like, when I say this many people, I'm saying social media, allows you to see hundreds of thousands of millions of people, of their thoughts, of their opinions, of their likes, of their dislikes. And we're not supposed to know that this many people exist, let alone know their thoughts, their feelings. So you just have to step back and remember, I don't know these people. Why am I letting the opinion of somebody on the opposite side of the globe that does not know me, that does not know my name, my story, anything about me, dictate how I feel about myself? Why am I letting Susie Ann over here in Oklahoma thinks brown eyes are the ugliest thing to grace the planet, and that wide noses are the ugliest thing to grace the planet, dictate how I feel about myself? Like let's sit back and be so for real, okay, guys? And then also, not to be that person, but a lot of insecurities are based in like colonialism, and like not even colonialism, but like the effects from colonialism in terms of certain, I don't want to say phenotypes, but like features being more socially acceptable than others, and then the features of certain groups of people that aren't like intentionally being like talked down upon. So it's like subconsciously people start to believe like, oh, my ethnic features are ugly if they are in a society or are like around media that's only like dogging on said features. Like if you're in a community of people where they're like, yes, like this is normal, this is beautiful, then of course you're going to be more confident in how you look. But if you're in a certain society or have access to a certain contraption that allows you to see the views of people on both ends of the spectrum, whether that's like the left, the right, the whatever it is, and people from all over the world, and see their opinions on you, then of course your foundation is going to get a little rocky unless you're just like solid in it, and you know that all beauty features are beautiful. Mine are unique to me. Mine are a show of resilience, of strength, of the fact that I've made it this far, of the people that have come before me, of my ancestors, of my unique beauty. But if you don't have that outlook, of course, when you get on TikTok and you see 20 different trends where it's like, this feature is out, this feature is in, baby, I can't really go and change my nose and my eyes and my everything shape just because 20 million people like this one TikTok that said that skinny was in. But then 5 months later, so thick is in. Like what do you want me to do? But back to the whole, we're not supposed to see as many people as we do online. When you think about it, I'm not supposed to know that a million people exist. And the people that you see online and that you interact with online, when they get on there with the intention of looking good. Like some people come on there with their bonnets, they come on there bare face. Like there's nothing wrong with a bare face. A bare face will always eat. A bare face will always eat. But you have you have people that come on there looking any type of way because they don't care. And that's good for them. But for the most part, people go online intentionally dressed up. Like they know they're going to be perceived and looked at by a bunch of people. So of course they're going to come on there. And like my friend Reagan and I, we were saying, we go on TikTok to look good because in the moment we're feeling good about ourselves, about like our hair, outfit, makeup, whatever. So we're just going on there to enhance our beauty. So we know we don't look like this on a 24/7 basis. And people need to realize that the people you see on TikTok don't look like that on a 24/7 basis. This is a 15, 60-second video, maybe multiple of them, where they intentionally took the time to get ready and like get dressed up and look nice, took the time to find the right angle, took the time to find the perfect audio, turned that beauty filter on, swiped whatever filter on it, have hundreds of drafts and of those 100 drafts had to pick out one that they thought suited them, the one they thought would be the best looking. People don't look like that in real life. And I feel like social media can be a very isolating thing. I was kind of in social isolation for a couple of years because of the pandemic, like 7th grade year, 8th grade year. I didn't go back because, Corona was still alive and kicking. And then 9th grade year, there were some just things, difficulties with my schooling. Like, it was assumed to not be a very safe school for me. So I just did school virtually, like 7th, 8th, 9th grade year. I didn't go out and interact with high schoolers. Between the years of 7th grade and 9th grade, I was not interacting with people that were my age, except for what I saw online. Like, the only interaction I had with people my age was on the FaceTime calls that I joined with my friends from middle school. Other than that, I was not actively seeing people. The only people I saw were the people online. And like I just said, those people, of course, look their best all the time, except for the ones that went online and did not dress up. So, of course, that can skew your view of how people look, because it's like, oh, she looks like a baddie 24/7. Like, is that what people in the real life look like? And then you go outside, like, you go out in the real world, a real social setting, and you realize that everybody is just normal, average them. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you become so in your own bubble of social media and only seeing people that are dressed to the nines, you start to think, oh, like, that's what everybody looks like. Like, that's what everybody looks like. Yeah, the people in my school don't look like that, but that's just because they're bums. But that used to be my thought process. It's not my thought process anymore. It's not my thought process anymore. Thankfully, I've gotten over that. But it's just like, wow, like, that's all I'm seeing. So maybe I should try to cater towards that. But no, that's like the 1%. I don't see many, like, I see natural baddies out in the world. Like, I think everybody is beautiful. If you're a woman, you no hate to my men. Like, my friend Reagan, she's like, I can never call a woman ugly. But men, I don't care. Me too, girl, me too. Like, I think everyone is beautiful and has, for the most part, a beautiful spirit, and beauty's an eye of the beholder, all that good stuff. But where was I going with that? But not everyone is going outside looking like an IG baddie warrior every day. Like, that's not realistic. And I feel like going into school made me, like, wake up. It was like, yes, everybody is beautiful, but they're, like, plainly beautiful. They're not, like, over the top, like, bronze to the nines. And there's nothing wrong with wearing makeup, okay? I'm just saying, like, the people you see on TikTok, they're, like, so ethereally beautiful, like, so otherworldly, like, IG face. The concept of IG face, that's what they give all the time. But then you go out in the real world and everybody's just regular schmegular, like Jane, Janny, Tyrone, Unique, like regular schmegular. And that's fine, that's okay. But I think we need to take a step back from social media and stop holding ourselves and people online to a high standard of beauty, because people will be like, oh, her face is not symmetrical, it's asymmetrical, and just commenting on different features on people that they see online. It's only ever in TikTok comments. Now, them IG real comments, don't get me started. That's another video for another day. But it's like, people are so hyper aware of themselves to the point where all they can see is their imperfections, and they also analyze themselves to a T. When you go out in public, nobody is just going to stare you down and look at your face proportions and, like, try to measure it and say, oh, she's doe-eyed pretty, she's siren pretty, her face is not symmetrical, her color analysis. Girl, no. Do you know how many people, if you go to high school or college, you're coming across hundreds of people a day, because how big or small your school is. People aren't really looking at you like that. If we're being honest, you really aren't being looked at like that. You really aren't being looked at like that. Nobody's like, oh my gosh, Kamara's face is asymmetrical. That haircut does not fit her diamond shaped face, her heart shaped face. Shut up. Girl, nobody's saying that. Let's be so for real right now. And then another thing too, I feel like we also become desensitized to numbers online, because some people will be like, oh, 100, like 20 likes, 50 likes, 100 likes isn't that much. How about you gather a group of 20 people that have complimented you and put them in a room? That's a classroom. How about you gather 100 people and put them in a room? That's somebody's like company. That's a whole business and the employees and some. 100,000 people, baby. That's a concert. That's Coachella. That's Lollapalooza on 10. You know, like that's a lot of people when you think about it. So we're not meant to be perceived by that many people. Like, how would you feel if you were just in a room with 100 people and everybody was just staring at you and they're like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful? Like, we don't know how to handle that, you know? So I don't know, I just felt the need to bring that in. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my little rant for the day. I didn't want to do y'all dirty and leave y'all with that technical audio quality disaster of last 2-3 days ago. I don't know how many days ago it was. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If y'all have any commentary on it, any thoughts, any opinions, let your girl know. Comment down below. But until next time, I will see y'all in the next one.